Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Boy, the secret society is out here working hard, aren't they? Messed around and landed a title fight for Jarrel Miller. It's a trinket title, but it's still a title. Now, for those of you who are saying, how in the world did Jarrel Miller end up in position to be fighting Manuel Charr for piece of WBA gold or whatever the hell it is he's fighting for, right? Well, it goes back to like last year. You remember, Jarrel Miller was eligible for a WBA title shot, after he got himself a couple of wins. Now, remember, he was coming off of that lengthy ban, but he served out a pair of suspensions. And we all know what happened, failing those damn drug tests. One about to fight AJ and another one, Jerry Forrest. But he had been out of action for a while, I think since 2017 or 18. And since then has been, quietly putting in the work and just kind of climbing the rankings, in particular, of the WBA. So now to see what's going on with him in a shocking turn of events, to where now he could find himself, depending how he does with this guy Charr, he could find himself fighting an AJ, a Tyson Fury, a Usyk, a Wilder. He could find himself a Dubois in a big fight with a big name. And for those of you who are sitting here wondering, how in the world did that happen? Well, I mean, look, the WBA has a history of dumbfounding decisions. Okay? So that's one thing. But then two is the secret society, man. Y'all know how this works. Y'all gotta, we shouldn't even act surprised at this. But what surprises me is when you talk about some of these names in the WBA, right? Let me pull this up real quick, because you're talking about some pretty big names that this guy Miller could be getting ready, like I said, to get in the ring with at some time. Now, it just depends on how he does in this fight. But when you're talking about the WBA, Manuel Charr is a WBA World Heavyweight Champion, which he was bubbled up to that as after Daniel Dubois lost to Usyk. I still don't see how the hell Charr ended up getting put in that position, but nonetheless, he's there. And Jarrel Miller is ranked number 5 in the WBA. So Jarrel Miller is about to Manuel Charr, and he's going to beat him. And then after that, you're going to have, let me see if y'all can see what I'm looking at here, man. Check this out. The WBA column right here. Jarrel Miller is ranked number 5. Above him at 4 is Lanier Perro. Number 3 is Joshua. Number 2 is Alunga. Number 1 is Wilder. The Manuel Charr is the WBA World Heavyweight Champion, and Usyk is the Super World Heavyweight Champion. Y'all hear those names I just called out? Miller, if he beats Charr, Miller becomes a WBA World Heavyweight Champion, the title that Dubois just had. Isn't that crazy? Yo, I don't even know what to think anymore about some of the stuff that happens here, Absolutely crazy, in my opinion. But anyway, notable names ranked across all those sanctioning bodies, but in particular that WBA. And he could get in there. I mean, I don't really know why the WBA would, not look at, put Ruiz there or Wilder there, or hell, even Helenius. I mean, like, why just pick up Charr and put Charr in that position? It just, there seems that there'd be far more worthy opponents to put in that place opposed to Charr, and far more worthy opponents to put up against Charr other than Miller. Jared Anderson would be a good fight. I just don't understand. So I'm here scratching my head. I'm telling you, I'm scratching my head. I don't. And this guy Lanier Perro, I don't know who the hell he is, man. But I tell you, if only the fly on the wall could talk. I just don't get what the hell's going on. You got a guy like Charles who's been inactive, but somehow he's back in the mix. But he ain't gonna last there long, man, because once Jarrel Miller gets in the ring with him, it ain't gonna last. I mean, Miller came out here and blasted out Lucas Brown and got a couple other wins, but you look at some of these rankings, man, from the WBA. Like a Hunter was there at one point, and Hellenius, Huey Fury. I mean, just we can stop there. I mean, when you hear those names, it just that tells you enough about their rack and stack. But nonetheless, Danny Dubois is out, Char is in, Jarrel Miller's about to get a fight. Hey, and the rumor is they could be fighting in Nigeria or Las Vegas, and both of them, of course, want to fight Tyson Fury after. So we'll see. We'll see. I just can't believe with Jarrel Miller being banned for 2 years, 2 separate doping scandals, and he's back about to fight for a title. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But we'll see. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Jarrel Miller may be back on track to land himself a $5 million payday. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? I'm in the breeze.